The next feature is a resync feature for curtains, inlets, ridge vents, and chimney dampers. During normal operations, air inlets are opening and closing constantly. Over time, the actual position of these devices can get out of sync with where the controller thinks they are. This is usually due to external factors such as a motor not stopping instantly when the power is removed, or too much weight attached to the inlet machine, causing the motor to slip over time. This slipping can also be caused by the wind bouncing the device around. In addition to these hardware problems, the operator may move the device manually, then not return the device to the correct opening size according to the controller. In situations where the inlet is manually moved, the actual position that the controller thinks the thing is at can be viewed through the current equipment status screens. To get there, you hit the current status button, the right button, and then you can use the down arrow key to scroll to where you are, which shows the actual position that the curtain should be in and should be manually moved back to that position. The best way to prevent this type of problem is to use a position sensor to help the controller monitor the actual position of the device. Since a lot of operators don't use position sensors, we have added what we are calling a resync feature to help with this type of inlet drifting. This option is available for all inlet types. To get to the resync menu, you can press the system setup key and use the arrow keys to scroll to the device you want, or simply press one of the hotkeys for that device and take you right there. Once to the inlet menu, use the up key once or twice to get to the resync menu. The way this feature works is the operator sets the time of day they wish the resync feature to run. If the time is set to 0, as shown here, this feature is disabled for the device and it will never run. By setting the time of day at the designated time, the system will turn on one of the output relays of the device and leave it on for the full travel time. Which relay turned on depends on its position when the resync operation begins. If the inlet is less than 50% open, the device will be closed for the full closed travel time. If the device is more than 50% open, the inlet will be open for its full open travel time. At the end of that time, the system returns the inlet device to normal operations. Running it for the full travel time, regardless of what its current position is, guarantees the device reaches its full open or full closed position, making it match the controller's known position before resuming normal operations. There are two things to keep in mind when selecting the time of day this feature is to be run at. First, you want to set the time of day when moving the inlet will have the least amount of impact on the environmental conditions of the room. While the inlet is resyncing, its normal operations are suspended until the full travel time is up. This feature should be run early in the morning when the inlet will likely be at its minimum opening size for the day, or late afternoon when the inlet is at its maximum opening size. Second, if you are resyncing more than one inlet device each day, you want to stagger the time of day each inlet resyncs in order to allow the other inlets to compensate for any adverse effects moving one inlet will have on the room's environments. To summarize, the resync feature, available for any device type or inlet type, allows the system to resync the inlet's actual position with the controller's known position once a day by opening or closing the device for the full travel time of the inlets.